This is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to No BS Job Search Advice Radio. It's a time where I like to spend about 15 minutes on a Monday morning speaking with you about job search, pure and simple. I believe job search doesn't have to be as hard, painful, or difficult as most of you wind up experiencing. It's just you haven't learned how to do it right yet. So I thought I would take time this Monday morning, basically focused in on a couple of different things so I can help you find work more quickly. Again, job hunting doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to take so long. Skills needed to find a job are just different than the skills needed to do one. So we're going to spend a little bit of time this morning. And this show is brought to you by two sponsors. The first one is Audible. And if you go to audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter and sign up for a free trial, what you're able to do is also get a free audiobook as part of that trial. So trial.com/thebiggamehunter. And I know you like audio. You listen to my podcasts. So again, audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter. The other one is consultingassignments.com, which is a site where you can find and fill consulting assignments, full-time consulting positions, temp to perm, and contract to hire opportunities anywhere in the world completely free. Posting a job or a resume is free. Searching jobs and resumes is also free, as is the ability to contact one another. The only thing the site's going to charge for if you want to feature a job or a resume, it's a whopping $10 for 30 days. And if you're going to be featuring more than one position over the course of a year, prices go down very dramatically, and the extended number of days that the site will keep the positions featured. So again, that's consultingassignments.com. So here we are, first show of 2015. Congratulations. You're listening to this because you decide that you want to look for work, you want to pick things up for yourself, you want to improve your circumstances professionally. Congratulations. So here's a couple of things I want you to think of in terms of getting your new year off to a proper start. So the first thing, and this may be an obvious one to you, but for many people it really isn't. The first thing I want you to think of is not spending all your time on job boards and spending most of your time, like almost 3/4 of your time doing your own networking. Why? Really very simple. 3/4 of jobs are filled through networking. And thus, why do you spend so little time doing it? So for most people, when they get their searches going, they're scouring job boards, they're online looking for ads. They're not out there talking to people that they know or trying to get introductions to people that they don't know. Statistics are really very simple. At least 70% of positions are filled through networking. Of those 70% of them are filled through people that you didn't know at the beginning of your job search. So you have to get past all your initial friends to some of their friends, to some of their network, in order to make connections that will be effective for you. You can't spend your time all day long on job boards. You have to get out there talking to people, getting to trade groups, getting to networking meetings, getting to informational interviews, talking to folks, getting reacquainted with people that you worked with previously, that you know from other social circles, just letting them know that you're out there looking for work and asking if there might be someone that they can introduce you to. That's really the starting place for a lot of what you need to do as you kick off this year. Now, you also need to do a variety of other things, like get your resume ready, right? If you haven't written a resume in a long time, I want you to think of one basic point, and that is putting metrics in your resume. What's a metric? It's a measure of what your accomplishments were and how affected your current employer. So that could be in terms of money saved, money earned, pure dollars or percentages, 20% saving, 15% increase in revenue, all because of your work. Don't have a way of measuring it in that way? Well, you could talk in terms of how what you do has been measured as being 17% more than what other people in your role perform. So again, think in terms of metrics. If you don't have a great email address, if it's something goofy, and you know what goofy is in this context, get a professional email address. Now, it can be a Gmail account, it can be from Yahoo or Hotmail or whomever, but just don't get one that, and excuse me, I'm going to do caricatures, hotmama@gmail.com or bigdaddy14@hotmail.com. No addresses like that. Names, very simple. Use names as part of your email addresses. You have a mobile device. Make sure that your personal account that you're going to be using for your job search is on your phone. Why? Because you're going to be out and about talking to people. You don't want to make people wait long periods of time waiting for an email back from you. Get out there, get it on your phone, check it on a regular basis. Now, I'm not talking about regular being every 15 minutes, but get out there and make sure it's on your phone and check it on a scheduled basis. Get business cards for your job search, whether it's Mood.com or any other service that you might use. Get a business card. Vistaprint is another service. Get business cards made up that let people know how to reach you. So as you're out there networking, you have a way of just giving them something to hold on to. And don't just give them one card, give them 3, one for themselves, 2 to give to others. Okay, so get cards made up. Make sure your profile on LinkedIn is up to date. Now, if you're still working, I want you to turn off your notices so that if you're connected to your boss doesn't get a notification that you've made changes to your profile. So very simply, turn off your notifications. You can do that at the privacy and settings feature, and you find that in the current version of LinkedIn at the top of the page. Click your picture on the very top right. There's a drop down that'll point to privacy and settings. Click on the word manage, and you can figure it out from there. So we can turn that off. Once the updates are done, turn it back on. So make sure that people have the best information about you on your LinkedIn profile. Don't neglect your friends on Facebook as you reach out to folks. Make a point of sending messages to people. Now, if you're not connected with people in your office, it's okay to just put it on your wall. If you are, send personal messages to people, because that person who you may think is a friend in your office may be actually a gossip, and be willing to talk with your boss about the fact that you put it out on your wall, that you're out looking for a new position. So be careful with Facebook or any other place with what you post. Employed, I want to remind you that there are services available through career centers at the unemployment office. Take advantage of the various resources that are available to you through, and I'm going to use the old language, the unemployment office, that will give you information and give you resources that you might be able to deploy. Have you been laid off? Take advantage of outplacement, but don't overly take advantage of it. What I found is the people who often work in outplacement, basically give a basic company line that translates into, don't badmouth your current employer. No, don't say anything critical. It's all basic sorts of stuff that benefit your employer and aren't really useful to you. Now, I've got a ton of content at thebiggamehunter.us. Spend time over there. Hundreds of videos are available through my website or on YouTube, which is, my channel there is The Big Game Hunter TV, all one word. So you can find my stuff there. And by the way, on YouTube, put my name in as well, The Big Game Hunter TV, one word, and Jeff Altman. You'll have plenty to watch there. You can also listen to all my podcasts through my website. That's this one, as well as Job Search Radio, which is my flagship podcast. You can download copies of my books and guides to job hunting and pay what you want for them. Just a lot of good content, so you don't have to be overly reliant on outplacement people. I just don't find most of them are real good. Again, get out and about and talking to people. There's a guest of mine on Job Search Radio, John Sampson, said, get out of the house. Don't spend time inside trying to network. Get in front of people, because you'll find the more that you get in front of people, the more effective you're going to wind up being. Reach out to your network. Talk to people. Push yourself a bit and stay in touch after you've made the initial contact. Why? I know you're afraid of being a pain in the neck, or another part of the anatomy for that matter, but what I found is, to you, it's the most important thing. To them, they tend to forget about it and not follow up. So just as a reminder, take notes down from your conversation, because sometimes they're going to give you information or say that they're going to do stuff. They forget to do it. Not that they're trying to be hurtful. They just forget. So, John, reach out to them a little bit later, not the next day. You can send an email to them just simply saying, just want to remind you, were you able to reach out to so-and-so like you said you were? No, just want to give you a reminder. If you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. So those are lots of pointers to get yourself started. I want to give you one more. And this is something that the people who are watching this on YouTube can see now. For those of you who are going to be listening to this as a podcast, I'll explain it to you after I do it. So for those of you watching, make this gesture regularly. Ready? There's a great YouTube video that talks about the power of that gesture. And what it is you're making that victory V, like you just crossed the finish line. You feel fabulous. And you extend both arms up to the sky and pump them. What you'll find is that people who do that on a regular basis wind up feeling great. They feel powerful. They feel effective. They feel energized. And if you do that regularly, that's an energy that you want to bring into your search. So that's my advice for this show. I've got a lot more at my website. Again, that's thebiggamehunter.us. There's content there that you can watch, listen to, or read that'll help you find work more quickly. You can also search positions I'm recruiting for, post your resume to a ton of sites from mine. A lot of good stuff to help you with thebiggamehunter.us. So come over to the website and go explore it. A few more things, if I may. First of all, if your current firm's trying to hire someone, send me an email at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Let me know who to contact and whether I should mention your name. I'd love to help your current firm staff positions. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send me a connection request at linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. I accept connection requests from people worldwide, except if you look like a spammer or a scammer to me, and except if you're a third-party recruiter. Then I just won't do it. And finally, file this away for later. You're going to be spending a lot of time and effort to find your next position. and you don't really negotiate salary all that often. So instead of acting like an amateur and making amateur mistakes that cost you money, hire me for a coaching session. I have information about that on my website. We'll spend about 15 to 30 minutes speaking. I'll get you prepared for the negotiation. You won't leave money on the table. This is Jeff Altman. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Happy New Year to you. Take care.